Hello guys, how are you? I hope you all are well. I am Yogesh and I welcome you to Easy Education. Guys, before we start today's topic, I requested to you please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for new updates and new videos. Guys, we have completed some other topics and the links have provided in the description box where you can get and watch the videos. So, let's start today's topic. Our today's topic is chapter 7, getting to know plants. So let's see. Go outside and observe all the plants around you. Do you feel that some plants are small, some very big, while some are just patches of green on the soil? Some have green leaves, while some others have reddish ones. Some have huge red flowers, some have teeny blue ones, while some have none. We do see a variety of plants existing all around us, near our homes, in the school ground, on the way to the school, in the parks and gardens. Isn't it? Let us get to know the different parts of any plant. This will help us understand the differences between plants or different kinds. Can you label the stem, branch, root, leaf, flower, and fruit of the plant shown in figure 7.1? Color the parts of the plant: herbs, shrubs, and trees. Activity 1. Look closely at the stem and branches of: first, plants much smaller than you; second, plants that are about your size; and third, plants which are much taller than you. Feel their stem and try to bend them gently to see if they are tender or hard. And this is table 7.1, categorize of plants: tomato short, mangoes very tall, lemon about my height. And this is column 2. This is plant name, column 1 height, column 2 stem, column 3 where do the branches appeared, column 4, column 2 green, tender, thick, hard, column 3 at the base of the stem, higher up on the stem, and category of plant in column 4. Okay, so see, tomato short, green, yes; tender, yes; and category of plant, herb. Mango very tall, thick, yes; hard, yes; and higher up on the stem, yes; category of plant, trees. So next is lemon, about my height, yes, yes, and sharp. Okay, take care that the stem does not break. Hug the tall plants to see how thick their stems are. We also need to notice from where the branches grow in some plants, close to the grounds or higher up on the stem. We will now group all the plants we observed in table 7.1. Some examples are shown. You can fill the column 1. Suggestion: students can work in group of 4-5 so that a minimum number of plants are harmed, damaged. You may also use weeds with soft stems for the activities. Do you know what weeds are in crop fields, lawns, in or in pots? Often some unwanted plants or weeds start growing. Have you seen farmers removing these weeds from their fields? Column 1, 2, and 3 for many more plants. Fill column 4 later after studying the section. Based on these characters, most plants can be classified into three categories: herbs, shrubs, and trees. An example of each is shown in figure 7.3. So 7.3, herb: A herb, B shrub, and C tree. Plants with green and tender stems are called herbs. They are usually short and may not have many branches. Some plants develop branches near the base of stem. The stem is hard but not very thick. Such plants are called shrubs. Some plants are very tall and have hard and thick stem. The stem have the stems have branches in the upper part, much above the ground. Such plants are called trees. Based on the above characteristics, can you now classify the plants listed by you and complete column 4 in table 7.1? Paheli wonders what kind of stem the money plant, beanstalk, gourd plants, and grapevines have. Do observe some of these plants. How are these different from a herb, a shrub, or a tree? Why do you think some of them need support to climb upwards? Plants with weak stems that cannot stand upright but separate on the ground are called creepers, while those that take support and climb up are called climbers. These are different from the herbs, shrubs, and trees. Perhaps there are some plants in your school or at home that you take care of. Write down the names of any two trees, shrubs, herbs, or creepers growing in your house or school. Stem. Observe closely the stems or of different plants around you. Note down different structures, parts borne by the stem. Compare your observation with that of your friends. What do you find? Stems bear leaves, branches, buds, flowers, and fruits. Activity 2. We would require a glass water, red blue ink, and a soft stem. Pour water to fill one third of the glass. Add a few drops of red blue ink to the water. Cut the base of the stem and put it in the glass as shown in figure 7.6. Observe the setup. Does the color appear in the stem? You will find that the color rises in the stem. If this is kept for a long period, the color appears in the veins of leaves also. How do you think the color reached there? From this activity, we see that the stem helps in upward movement of water. The water and minerals go to leaves and other plant parts attached to the stem. Leaf. Observe the leaves of some plants around you and draw them in your notebook. Are all the leaves of same size, shape, and color? How are leaves attached to the stem? The part of leaf by which it is attached to the stem is called petiole. The broad green part of the leaf is called lamina. Can you identify these parts of the leaves in plants around you? Do all the leaves have petioles? So this is a leaf, figure 7.8, lamina, stem, and petiole. Let us get to know the leaf better by taking its impression. If you thought that leaves cannot sign, here is an activity which will make you think again. Activity 3. Put a leaf under a white sheet of paper or a sheet in your notebook. Hold it in place as shown in figure 7.9. Hold your pencil tip sideways and rub it on the portion of the paper having the leaf below it. Did you get an impression with some lines in it? Are they similar to those on the leaf? These lines on the leaf are called veins. Do you see a prominent line in the middle of the leaf? This is called the midrib. The design made by veins in a leaf is called the leaf venation. If this design is net like on both sides of midrib, the ventation is reticulate. In the leaves of grass, you might have seen that the veins are parallel to one another. This is parallel venation. Observe the venation in as many leaves as you can without removing them from the plant. Draw the pattern and write names of some plants having reticulate and parallel venation. Shall we now find out some of the functions of a leaf? Activity 4. Activity 4. We will require a herb, two transparent polythene bags and thread. Do this activity during day time on a sunny day. Use a healthy, well watered plant that has been growing in the sun. Enclose a leaf branch of the plant in a polythene cover and tie up its mouth as shown in figure 7.11. Tie up the mouth of another empty polythene cover and keep it also in the sun. After a few hours, observe the inner surface of the covers. What do you see? Are there any droplets of water? How do you think they got there? Don't forget to remove the polythene bag after the activity. Water comes out of leaves in the form of vapor by a process called transpiration. Plants release a lot of water into the air through this process. We will learn more about this in chapter 14. Why did we tie a cover around the leaves? Would we have seen the water evaporate if you had not tied a polythene cover? What makes the water appear on the polythene bag? In chapter 5, we noticed water changing into different forms in some of our activities. Can you think of these and name the process that makes water drops appear on the polythene cover? Leaves also have another function. Let us study this. Activity 5. We would require a leaf, sprit, a beaker, test tube, burner, water, a watch glass, and iodine solution for this activity. Take a leaf in a test tube and pour sprit to completely immerse the leaf. Note: since the activity involves the use of sprit and heating, it is advised that it is demonstrated by the teacher in the class. Now place the test tube in a beaker half filled with water. Heat the beaker till all the green color from the leaf comes out into the sprit in the test tube. Take out the leaf carefully and wash it in water. Place it on a water watch glass and pour some iodine solution over it. What do you observe? Compare your observations with those done in chapter 2. When you tested food for presence of different nutrients, does this mean that the leaf has starch in it? In chapter 2, we show that a slice of raw potato also shows the presence of starch. Potatoes get this starch from their leaves and store it. Leaves prepare their food in the presence of sunlight and a green colored substance present in them. For this, they also use water and carbon dioxide. This process is called photosynthesis. Oxygen is given out in this process. The food prepared by leaves ultimately gets stored in different parts of plant. We have seen that the stem supplies leaf with water. The leaf uses the water to make food. The leaves also lose water through transpiration. How do the stem and leaves get water? That is where the roots come in. Root. Look at figure 7.13. Who do you think is watering their plant correctly? Paheli or Bujo? Why? Which part of plant is in the soil? Let us learn more about this part from the following activities. Activity 6. You would require two pots, some soil, khurpi for digging, blade or a pair of scissors and water. This activity is to be done in group of 4-5 students. Select two plants of the same kind from one open ground and dig them out with roots. Take care that their roots do not break. Plant one of them in pot A. Cut off the roots from the other plant and plant it in pot B. Water them regularly. Observe the plants after a week. Are both plants healthy? Both the plants are watered regularly, but one is without roots, isn't it? Does this activity help you understand an important function of the root? Let us do an activity to study another function of root. Activity 7. We would require seeds of gram and maize, cotton, wool, katori boil and some water. Take two katoris bowl, place some wet cotton in them, put 3 or 4 seeds of gram in one and maize in the other. Keep the cotton wet by sprinkling water every day until the sprouts have grown into young plants. After a week, try to separate the young plants from the cotton. What was it easy to separate the cotton from the roots? Why? In activity 6, we would not pull out the plants from the soil, right? We dug them out. This is because roots help in holding the plant firmly to the soil. They anchor the plant to the soil. You have seen that there are different kinds of stems and leaves. Do the roots also show a variety? Let us find out. Activity 8. Study figure 716a and B carefully. Now look at the roots of the gram plants you have pulled out from the cotton in the previous activity. Do they look like the roots shown in figure 7.16 or those in figure 7.16b? How about the roots of maize plant? Write gram or maize in the blank spaces in the figure after matching the roots with the figures. In what way are the roots of gram and maize similar? In what way are they different? There seems to be two different types of roots, isn't it? Are there also other types of roots? Let us find out. Activity 9. Go to an open ground where many wild plants are growing. Dig out a few wash the soil of the roots and observe them. Do you find that all of them have either the kind of roots shown in figure 7.17a or as in figure 7.17b? For roots of the kind shown in figure 7.17, the main root is called tap root and the smaller roots are called lateral roots. Plants with roots as shown in figure 7.17b do not have main root. All roots seem similar and these are called fibrous roots. Separate the plants you have collected into two groups. In group A, put those that have tap roots and in group B, those that have fibrous roots. Look at the leaves of the plants in group. What kind of venation do they have? What kind of venation do you see for plants of group B? Do you notice that leaf venation and the type of roots in a plant are related in a very interesting way in table 7.2? Can you match the type of leaf venation and the type of roots for some plants you have studied in all the activities so far? Table 7.2, types of roots and types of leaf venation. Name of plant, type of leaf venation, type of roots. we have learned that roots absorb water and minerals from the soil, and the steam conducts these to leaves and other parts of the plant. The leaves prepare food. This food travels through the steam and is stored in different parts of plant. We eat some of these as roots like carrot, radish, sweet potato, turnip, and tapioca. We also eat many other parts of a plant where food is stored. Do you agree that steam is like a street with two-way tariff traffic? Write the name of material that goes up in the steam and that which comes down. In the next section, we will study about the structure of a flower. Flower. You are shown three branches of a rose in figure 7.19 A, B and C. Which one will help you best to recognize the plant? Which color did you use for the flower in figure 7.19C? Are all flowers colorful? Have you ever seen flowers on grass, wheat, maize, mango, or guava? Are those brightly colored? Let us study a few flowers. When choosing flowers to study, avoid using marigold, chrysanthemum, or sunflower. You will learn in higher classes that they are not single flowers but groups of flowers. Activity 10. We would require one bud and two fresh flowers each of any of the following: datura, china rose, mustard, brinjal, lady's finger, gulmohar. Also, a blade, a glass slide or a sheet of paper, a magnifying glass and water. Observe carefully, look at the prominent parts of the open flower are called spells. Take a flower and observe its petals and sepals. Now answer the following questions. How many sepals does it have? There are they joined together? What are the colors of the petals and the spells? How many petals does the flower have? Are they joined to one another or are they separate? Do the flowers with joined spells have petals that are separate or are they also joined together? Fill the table based on the observation of the whole class. Add observation to this table from a field trip to a locality where there are plants with flowers. Fill the last two columns later. To see the inner parts of the flower clearly, you have to cut it open if its petals are joined. For example, in the tura and other bale shaped flowers, the petals have to be cut lengthwise and separate out so that the inner parts can be seen clearly. Remove the spells and the petals to see the other parts. Study the figure 7.22 carefully. Compare your flower with the illustration and identify the stamens and pistil in your flower. Look at figure 7.23 carefully. It shows different kinds of stamens present in different flowers. Can you recognize the two parts of the stamens in your flowers? How many stamens are there in your flowers? Draw one stamen and label its parts. This is figure 7.22 parts of a flower, and this is figure 7.23 parts of a stamen, anther and filament. The innermost part of flower is called the pistil. If you cannot see it completely, remove the remaining stamens. Identify the parts of the pistil with the help of figure 7.24. Draw a neat labeled diagram of the pistil of your flower Activity 11. Let us now study the structure of ovary. It is the lowermost and sloven part of the pistil. We will cut this part to study what is inside. Look at figure 7.25 A and B carefully to understand how to cut the ovary of a flower. This is figure 7.25, cutting an ovary, longitudinal cut and transverse cut. Cut the ovary into different ways as shown in figure 7.25. To prevent them from drying, put a drop of water on each of the two pieces of the ovary you have cut. Ovals, ovals in a structure of an ovary. Observe the inner parts of the ovary using a lens. Do you see some small beads like structures inside the ovary? They are called oval ovules. They are called ovules. Draw and label and the inner parts of the ovary in your notebook. Try to find out the names of as many flowers as you can by asking the gardener or any other person. Remember not to pluck more flowers than you need based on what you have filled in table 7.3. Answer the following questions. Do all flowers have spells, petals, stamens, and pistils? Are there flowers that do not have one or more of these? Are there flowers which have parts other than these? Did you find any flower which has no difference between spells and petals? Did you find any flower in which the number of stamens is different from the number of petals? Do you now agree that the structure of the flower is not always the same? The number of spells, petals, stamens, and pistils may also be different in different flowers. Some of these parts may even be absent at times. We have studied some features and functions of leaves, stamens, and roots. We studied the structure of different flowers. We will learn about the function of flowers in higher classes. We will also learn about fruits in higher classes. So, these are keywords of this chapter: climbers, conduct, creepers, fibrous roots, herbs, lamina, lateral roots, midrib, ovule, parallel venation, petiole, photosynthesis, pistil, reticulate venation, spell, shrubs, stamen, taproot, transpiration, trees, petal veins. So this is your chapter which has completed now. I hope you like it. Guys, if you like this video, then please do like and share in your friends and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. Now we meet other topics. So bye and thank you.